Hello everyone, this is Alex from Walford Weekly Podcast. A new trailer has just come out for the anniversary week, and I thought that we'd watch it together and then see if there's any bits and pieces that are particularly worth noting. Perhaps might tell us the story of what we have coming ahead. So let's first of all start off by the trailer. It's only 20 seconds long, so let's have a quick look at it, shall we?
EastEnders on BBC One and iPlayer.
Okay, so the first thing that's very noticeable is the fact that it looks so cinematic. It looks like nothing you've seen from EastEnders before. Maybe they've kind of upgraded it for the trailer itself, but it's really surprising how good it looks. It really does. I mean, it looks remarkable. Absolutely. It just looks good quality, and I mean, you know, EastEnders they've been so quiet about their anniversary week, and we've been so worried about what they're keeping secret. Is it going to just be this real damp squib, and we're just going to find it's going to be not very good at all? But for this trailer, it looks quite promising. Let's have a look then. So obviously there's the boat that they're going to be sailing on for winning the competition after their ball and change and pub of the year of Walford. And the first thing is obviously they're having a good party. Tracy's there. Dennis looks like he's been doing some drinking. There's Stuart and Rainey as well. And there's a few Union Jacks. So, it looks like a typical London knees up. Now, first things first is obviously that's probably Keanu, isn't it? That's Keanu falling back. That looks like Keanu's coat to me. So that's Keanu falling back onto the steering wheel of the boat. Perhaps falling back from a fight, which we obviously see a little bit later on in the trailer. In fact, there we go. You can see his little baldy head there. So that's obviously the fight that him and Phil are having. That fight looks epic, and it looks like something we should be very much looking forward to on the anniversary week. It's great that they're both back. It alludes to them both, obviously one of them perhaps meeting their fate, but a lot of people seem to be meeting their fate in this video, as we find out later on, because once the wheel has been hit, and is that Dennis? I mean, I can't really... Is that Dennis or is that Will? Do you think that's Will? That's Billy's kid with Honey? I don't know. It's really difficult to see because it doesn't really look like Dennis. So I think perhaps that's Will. I mean, I don't think it's anything we should think too deeply into, but I think it's just there for context. That obviously once the wheel spins round, the whole, the boat starts tipping over and everything goes awry from there. But oh dear, he hits his head quite bad though. So perhaps there's more to it. So now that looks like someone or something has fallen into water. But then as we carry on watching, we see there's two. Is that two people? I think that must be two people. Again, I suppose you'd say it's Keanu and Phil again. Difficult to know, isn't it, really? So two people have fallen into the water. Again, probably immediately after the wheel and the boat toppling over. And then we start seeing the fallout, I guess, from when the boat starts to fill up. I mean, they're only on the Thames, so I can't imagine they're too far out from the shoreline. A quick call to the police probably would have, or the Coast Guards probably would have sorted them out quite quickly. But who knows? Perhaps they found themselves in the Channel on their way to France. Who knows? So Linda probably has had a few to drink, and Mick is helping her out. Good to see that there's enough orange slices there for their drinks, though. So that's good to know. I don't think we need to look too much deeply into that. I mean, now this scene looks like there's obviously blue flashing lights. So this looks like it's an aftermath photograph, which would again allude to us to think that perhaps Keanu survives unscathed. He's on the shore. There's a blue light flashing around him. That's perhaps maybe he's okay. Who should know? Now this is interesting. So Bill, in Godzilla green colours, is walking down the boat, and he seems to be looking for someone. Because of the fallout with Bobby, perhaps Sharon. I think it might be Sharon. I think he's looking for Sharon, because if you look later on, if we skip forward a lot, there we go. That's Ian again, and he's got a fire extinguisher. There he is, and he's looking a bit concerned and worried, and he's trying to knock that door down. So who's he trying to save ultimately? Do you reckon Sharon's going to give birth on the anniversary episode? I just had a thought. Sharon's going to be screaming, going, "Help me, Ian! I'm giving birth." I think the best bet is it's going to be Sharon. Could be Bobby though, because obviously we've had the falling out recently with him and Bobby. And it'd be nice for them to make amends. Perhaps they fix their problems through an accident on a boat. There's a lot of things. Obviously, we'll skip forward a bit. So there's someone. Yes, who's that? Who's that on the shoreline as well? Who's been saved from presumably from the water, because that's a life raft. Someone who's almost drowned. Again, you can't really tell, can you? There's nothing there There's no little hints there really. You can't see anyone's skin or anything. That's the fight that I was just talking about. So this is probably where the boat got tipped over between them two. They're in a bit of a falling out. Old Keanu and Phil, quite rightly so. Phil did order a hit to kill Keanu, so all's fair in love and war. That's Ian, obviously. There's Mick and Linda. You can't hear what they're saying to one another, but would Mick be dirty enough to kill Linda? Do you think he's like saying, "Well, I've had enough of you. You're going in the water now"? I doubt it. I very much doubt it. And that's it. That's the whole trailer. I mean, not a lot is said or shown really, other than kind of what we already know. I mean, I have to kudos to the graphic team who made that underwater EastEnders logo as well. That's just amazing. But it really does whet the appetite of what is to come on EastEnders on their anniversary week. Finally, they're giving us a few details other than a few leaked photos that we've seen here and there. We're getting a few bits and pieces. Probably nothing too surprising, but it's nice to see it on screen. So comment and let us know what your thoughts are. Sorry this is a bit rough, it's quickly off the cuff. It's just obviously it came out quickly and we wanted to make a reaction. Is there anything I missed? Perhaps I skipped over something that you thought was quite vital information. Maybe you can see something with that ambulance driver that I couldn't quite see. Just share them in the comments and just let us know. And don't forget to listen to the podcast every Sunday, where we analyse and chat about a week's worth of EastEnders every Sunday. So thanks for joining me, and hope you'll join us again soon.